Hey there, welcome back. Proverbs are life's lessons in one sentence. Use them for reflection, teaching, or daily inspiration. Let's dive in. Actions speak louder than words. This means that what people do matters more than what they say. For example, a friend constantly says, "I'll be there for you," but never shows up to help. Another friend says little but arrives early with a moving truck. Moving on to our next saying. The early bird catches the worm. Success comes to those who act promptly. Imagine two students preparing for an exam. One studies a month in advance. The other crams the night before. The first student gets an A. Now let's look at appearances. You can't judge a book by its cover. In other words, don't judge based on appearances alone. Consider a new co-worker with tattoos and piercings. People assume she's unprofessional, but she turns out to be the most organised and kind person on the team. Next, consider the value of repetition. Practice makes perfect. Repetition leads to mastery. Take a pianist who stumbles through a complex piece on Monday. After playing it slowly every day for 2 weeks, she performs it flawlessly at the recital. Similarly, small actions early on can prevent big problems later. A stitch in time saves 9. This means fix problems early to avoid bigger issues. You notice a small leak under the sink. You ignore it for a month. Then the pipe bursts, flooding the kitchen and costing thousands in repairs. Let's turn now to adapting to your surroundings. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Adapt to the customs of the place you are in. You visit Japan for business. Instead of shaking hands forcefully, you learn to bow respectfully. This makes your local partners feel comfortable. Speaking of expectations, here is a wise warning. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Never assume success before it happens. You apply for a dream job and start shopping for a new car, telling friends you got it. A week later, you receive a rejection email. But even in disappointment, there is hope. Every cloud has a silver lining. There is something good in every bad situation. You miss your flight due to traffic. Frustrated, you rebook. Later, you learn the original flight experienced severe turbulence. You arrive safely on the later flight. Now let's talk about friendships. Birds of a feather flock together. People with similar interests tend to associate. At a large office, all the cycling enthusiasts start a weekend riding club. Meanwhile, the board game lovers form a separate weekly game night. However, too many people on one project can be a problem. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many people involved can ruin a project. A simple school newsletter gets passed to 10 parent volunteers. Each one changes the font, layout, and wording. The final result is a confusing mess. This brings us to patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. Important things take time to accomplish. You want to write a novel. After 1 week, you have only 10 pages. Instead of giving up, you remember that great books take months or even years. Patience is valuable, but so is truthfulness. Honesty is the best policy. Being truthful is always the right approach. You accidentally break a borrowed tool. You admit it immediately and offer to replace it. The owner respects you. A lie would have cost you their trust forever. Let's also talk about procrastination. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Avoid procrastination. You have a 10-minute online tax form. You think, "I'll do it next week." Next week becomes deadline day and the website crashes. You miss the deadline. Before taking action, it is wise to pause. Look before you leap. Think carefully before acting. A too-good-to-be-true investment promises to double your money in a week. Instead of rushing, you check with an advisor and discover it is a scam. Remember, your choices shape your future. You reap what you sow. Your actions have consequences. A manager treats employees rudely for years. When layoffs come, no one defends that manager. But a kind manager receives glowing recommendations from the same team. Still, it is never too late to do the right thing. Better late than never. It is better to do something late than not at all. You forgot a friend's birthday by a week. You still send a card and a gift with an apology. They appreciate it far more than if you had done nothing. Difficult times can also spark creativity. Necessity is the mother of invention. Difficult situations inspire creative solutions. A remote village lacks clean drinking water. Unable to buy expensive filters, a local engineer creates a simple charcoal and sand filtration system using recycled buckets. And when you are stuck, do not go it alone. 2 heads are better than 1. Collaboration improves outcomes. You are stuck on a crossword clue for 20 minutes. You ask a friend, who immediately spots the answer. Together, you finish the puzzle in half the time. Even so, it is easy to envy what others have. The grass is always greener on the other side. People often think others have it better. Your job is stable, but boring. You envy a friend who travels for work. But after hearing them complain about jet lag and missed family events, you realise your desk job is not so bad. Finally, always remember where your help comes from. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Do not harm those who help you. Your aunt pays for your college tuition. One day, you publicly mock her profession as low class. She feels hurt and withdraws her financial support for your final semester. So, there you have it. 20 proverbs to make you sound smarter, sharper, and slightly intimidating in your next meeting. So, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.